さよならありがとう声の限り悲しみよりもっと大事なこと去りゆく背中に伝えたくてぬくもりと痛みに間に合うようにこのまま続くと思っていた僕らの明日を描いていた呼び合っていた光がまだ
Bakit ba kasi ganun si Yuri kay Nick? Mas better pa kaysa sa akin. Daddy, sleep with us please. Tom excitedly said and even jumped in front of his father. Nick looked at me, so I just smiled. You can sleep with your boys. Sabi ko. What? He should just go home. Yuri said and sat on the single couch. Yuri, why are you like that to Dad? He is nice. Zarn said. We just finished our dinner. I just want to rest, so we went to the living area. But why is Yuri like this? No, he's not. What is your problem? You hate everyone, grumpy boy. Zem shouted at him. Before I could even react, Yuri threw a pillow on his brother. Yuri! I angrily called and walked to Zem. The pillow hit Zem's face and he is about to cry. You're so cruel! No one wants a cruel boy! Zem shouted in anger and a tear rolled down his face. I hate you! Agad na hinila ni Nick palayo si Yuri dahil susugurin niya si Zem. Don't touch me, old man! He angrily said to Nick and even punched his arm that is holding him down. Napapikit ako ng mariin at tinignan si Zem at Zarn, then Candy and Mama Linda. Mama, Candy, please bring them to the rooms. I will talk to this young guy here. I glared at Yuri. Why? You don't want them to know how bad their daddy is? Parang nabingi ako sa tono na ginamit ng anak ko at sa mga salita niya. How dare he act like that to me? How could he disrespect me? I angrily pulled him from Nick and held his cheeks. What did you just say to your mom? Mahina at may diin kong tanong habang tinitignan ang naluluha na niyang mga mata pero masama ring nakatitig sa mga mata ko. It's true. He is bad. Saad ni Yuri. I pulled him and harshly pushed him to sit back on the chair and sat in front of him. I am mad. Mali ba ang pagpapalaki ko sa kanya at ganito siya ngayon? Anne, Mama Linda called. No, Mama. You are not defending this boy. He is too much. You've been acting so strange and bad. I said to Yuri. But he is glaring back at me while suppressing tears. Since that man came back, you are all like this to me. I don't like him. He said hysterically and threw everything he would hold. Yuri! I shouted in anger and gripped his arms. Hindi ko na alam ang gagawin ko sa'yo. Ano ba talagang problema mo sa daddy mo? I said aloud and his tears fell, but his brows remained creased. How can you stay on his side, then mine, when all he did to you was hurt you? He innocently said and started crying loud. My grip on him loosens as I stare at him. I heard Mama Linda said your husband was bad, but we are here, so just be happy. I started hating him. He sobbed and coughed. Then the other night, I heard you talking to Mama Linda. You said he always hurt you, sampal you. That means slap, right? He glared at Nick with his eyes and face full of tears. I heard he always hurt your hands. I don't know what to do, Mommy. If you cannot cook for us and hug us, if your hands are hurt. He wiped his tears just when a tear from me left. Then he comes back and you all love him? I hate him. I hate him for hurting you, Mommy. You are the best mommy. How if he will hurt you again? I don't want you to get hurt. He cried louder. Yuri, anak ko. I softly whispered while trying to hold him, but he shook his body away from me. Hindi mo na ako love. You love him more than me? He said while pouting. Me? I will never hurt you, Mommy. You will always hug me when they all hate me because I am cruel. He sobbed. I don't want him to hurt you. He pointed at Nick, who has tears rolling from his eyes. I don't need the robots he gave me. He kept slamming his hand on the armrest. I don't need him. I am okay with you alone, so don't make him stay here. He shouted at his brothers. He will hurt Mommy. I don't want anyone hurting you. I hugged him tightly and carried him up while caressing his back. Baby Yuri, I am sorry, my love. I don't know you felt that way. He is bad, Mommy. Stay away from him. I saw Mama Linda by the staircase and sadly looking at us. I sat and carried him on my lap while kissing his forehead, calming him down. Shh, enough, baby, please. I love you. I looked at Nick and his gaze lowered. Son, I know you would not yet understand, but Daddy changed. He wiped his tears that newly fell and sat beside us, but he kept his distance. I would never hurt Mommy again. I will hold her hands gently now and kiss them every time. Yuri sat up and stared at Nick for seconds before speaking. You are leading us, Daddy? Tumulo ang panibagong mga luha ko sa narinig ko sa kanya, kaya mas niyakap ko siya. I am sorry, my son. Nick sobbed while looking down, and I was surprised when he knelt in front of us and holds Yuri's small hands. I love you, my boy. The daddy of my playmate said to me, I am bad because I don't have a dad. He said whispered, while pulling his hands away from Nick's. But I said, I will never be like you. He got down from me and ran to Mama Linda, and they both went upstairs, not even looking at me when I called him twice. Nick reached for my hand, so I looked back at him. Thank you for being the best mom. I'm sorry. His voice cracked and he cried louder. I wiped my tears and pulled him on my chest. Shh, just talk to him tomorrow. He may be that tough, but he listens. I whispered. He hugged me back and shook his head. He was right. He should never be like me. He sobbed. For the first time, he called me Daddy. When he said those words before that, my heart felt like stop. Nick, we're trying our best for this family to be stronger. Don't lose hope. Maiintindihan ka ni Yuri. I cupped his face to look at me. Heard him? He is mature and wise, right? Then he will understand you. I gently said. He stared back at me with his eyelashes soaked with tears. What did I ever do to deserve someone like you? He slowly shook his head. I'm beyond lucky to have a woman like you. I love you so much, Anne. He grabbed my hands gently and kissed them for how many times? I am sorry for hurting these gentle and caring hands. I love you. I smiled at him and moved my hand to caress his cheek. I still love you. Our kids sure do, too. Don't give up on your son. I will never, baby. I so much love you. Sa kabilang banda, Nick and I kept exchanging glances to Yuri, who is eating silently. This is odd. This is the first breakfast that no one is making a noise. Nick pushed the breads with Nutella to Yuri. Yuri looked at it, then at his dad. Surprisingly, he just went back on eating and did not say anything. Son, come on, young man. I better hear you nagging at me, that not talking to me at all, Nick softly said. Yuri glanced at him and nodded before standing. We all watched him going to the kitchen. I smiled when I saw he was holding a cup. He placed it beside my hand and sighed. I love you, Mommy. I will try to be nice to this old man. I laughed and about to pull him for a hug, but Nick abruptly carried him on his lap and hugged the struggling kid. Hey! Yuri grimaced. Come on, son. I haven't hugged you yet since I saw you, Nick whispered while sniffing Yuri's shoulder. I cannot move, old man. I cannot believe you sleep at Mommy's room. I hid a chuckle and shook my head. This kid. Hey, I did nothing wrong to your mom. Yuri punched his father's cheek and got down from him. "That hurts!" Nick hissed and looked at me. He punched me? I laughed. "That's your prize for surprising him that way." I look at Yuri, who is standing beside me while glaring. "He is annoying, Mommy." "Come on, baby. He is your dad," I softly said. "Ugh, if only I like that, Chris." He groaned. I gulp and look away. I would not know what will happen if Nick finds out. "Mom, can I kill Zek's cat?" Napatigil ako sa paglalagay ng juice sa baso ni Yuri dahil sa tanong niya. Tinignan ko si Nick at nakatingin lang din siya sa akin. "Why will you kill it? Zyke loves that cat." "Tito Topher loves Zyke. Surely Tito will punch you if you'll make her daughter cry," Tom said, holding his glass of milk. We are having our snack near the pool and my son is up to something bad again. I just want a peaceful life. "At least, I'll kill the cat," he angrily answered to his brother. "Why, baby? Why are you gonna kill it?" I asked and sat. "It scratched me. I just pinched its tail." He raised his left arm. Nanlaki naman ang mga mata namin nang makitang madami siyang kalmot at dumudugo pa yung iba. "Ate, kukunin ko yung first aid." Agad na tumakbo si Candy pataas. Lumapit na rin si Mama at si Nick. "What happened, young man?" Nick asked and, "What the hell?" "Ouch!" Yuri gasped and glared at his father. Agad ko naman pinalo yung kamay ni Nick. Pitikin ba naman ang braso ni Yuri? "What? Kaya yan ang anak mo? Kung hindi ba naman gago para pisilin yung buntot ng pusa?" He said. Napailing na lang ako. Tinignan ko si Yuri at pinipindot-pindot niya yung braso niya. Hindi ba siya nasasaktan? Lumapit naman si Mama at dinampi-dampian ng malinis na tela ang braso ni Yuri. Hindi ba siya iiyak? Simula baby sila, hindi talaga iyakin tong si Yuri, lalo na nung lumaki-laki na siya. "He can handle that, Mom," Zem said while doing something on his iPad. "Zem, darling, put off your iPad. It's not good to play in front of foods," pangaral ni Mama at ibinalik ang atensyon kay Yuri. Bakit naman kasi parang ang tagal ni Candy? I stood up. "I'll go check Candy," I said and went in to check Candy. Baka inaway na rin ang pusa. Pero pahakbang pa lang ako ng hagdan nang bumukas ang front door. "Chris?" I uttered. When I saw Chris, he smiled weakly. "You don't answer my calls." "The gate is open so I went in. Sorry." I slowly walked to him and sighed. What should I say? How will I say? Matagal siyang naghintay sa akin. Lagi siyang nandyan. How could I simply tell him that Nick is back into our lives? "You're so stupid, Anne. Paano nakalimutan mo siya?" "Anne." I was stunned by Nick's voice from behind. "Ate, kami na pong bahala kay Yuri." Biglang sumulpot si Candy at gulat na tinignan si Chris. "Ate, gusto mong ipatugtog ko yung kanta ni Rihanna na Unfaithful?" "Candy, gusto mong hampasin kita?" I whispered. "Ate, kailangan ko na palang asikasuin si Yuri." She left. I felt Nick approaching. "Nick?" Chris said as if he saw a ghost. Nick wrapped his shoulder around me like he is protecting me. "What's this, Anne?" Chris asked. "Why? Isn't that obvious?" "My queen came back to me," Nick said while smirking. Biglang nabitawan ni Chris yung mga dala niyang bulaklak at cakes. "Ano na namang pananakot ang ginawa mo kay Anne, Nick? She doesn't deserve you." Nick chuckled. "Then she deserves who? You? Why don't you listen to Anne?" Hindi ko alam kung paano magre-react o kung ano ang sasabihin ko. Halos hindi ako makagalaw. I should have cleared to him from the start that we cannot be together. Chris, I'm sorry," I said with my very low tone. "Pero kasi, siya pa rin ang ama ng mga anak ko. I know you will understand me." "Fuck that shit!" he shouted and looked at the ceiling. "Anne, why? Wala naman na ibang ginawa yan kundi saktan ka. Bakit ba ang martir mo pagdating kay Nick?" "Ako, nandito lang." His voice softened when he said the last sentence. I feel guilty. Umaasa siya sa wala. I told him that I was not ready, but I did not tell him I never will be for other man. Binitawan ako ni Nick at tumakbang palapit kay Chris. "You're a traitor, Chris. Alam mo kung paano ako halos mabaliw noon kakahanap sa mag-ina ko. I swallowed all my pride and begged you all to help me." Nick shouted. "Yun pala? Lahat hinaharang nyo? Nagtulong-tulungan kayo? You deserve it! Sigaw naman ni Chris. Hindi mo alam kung kaano natakot at nasaktan si Ann nung iiwan mo sila para sa ex mo. You should have seen her crying her heart out. He sneered. Well, kahit naman pala nakikita mo, it didn't affect you because you're a stupid boy. Agad kong hinawakan si Nick sa braso. Nick, I changed. You all know that. Chris took another step to Nick. Noong manganganak siya, kilatam, ikaw yung binabanggit niya. In the first place, hindi naman sila aalis kung hindi mo sila tinrato ng ganun. Imagine, Anne was already pregnant before she went her. Sinasaktan mo na ang mag-iina mo before you could even know. Fuck you! Kung hinayaan niyo kung hanapin sila, nandun ako. Nick, enough! I faced him. Akong kakausap kay Chris. What? Please, Nick, please. I beg. Okay, but you'll come back to me. I will. He walked away. I looked at Chris and saw pain in his eyes. Chris. I stopped when he raised his right hand. Not now, Anne. It damn hurts. He said and left. I wiped my tears and tightly closed my eyes.